Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So I am fortunate to have got into someone else's account that's already got themselves a Kreela Witch-Arm. So Flazak, his lovely girlfriend of 8 years, went into his account, pulled a couple of cheeky shards and got a Kreela straight from a shard. So he was like, look dude, do you want to jump on my account and show her off? Is it worth us putting in this effort? Is it worth the kind of people that perhaps are a bit sensitive to the amount of money this might cost or the amount of energy and time this might cost? Is she worth the hassle? So let's have a look. And I am really excited to do this one actually because I feel like she's going to be very good. I've said it before, her base stats are very good. She's got a kit which I think is really strong. We've already got her level 60. We've got her ascended. So Rachel, thank you for pulling her. Flazak, thank you for letting me have a go. So she is a support champion. She has got a shield on her A1, very similar to Duchess, apart from she doesn't put a shield on herself as well. The shield buff is equal to 10% of this champion's max HP. So if I build her HP up and she A1s, she's going to give people a pretty chunky shield. Anywhere up to a 10k shield. Probably more likely to be like a 5 to 6k shield, which is okay. If you can imagine her in Clan Boss, just throwing out a shield here and there to whoever's got the lowest HP, it's like a top up. Yeah, so I kind of like it. I think it's, in terms of utility on an A1, it's actually very strong because it's irrelevant how much damage I do. It literally will pump out the same shield irrelevant of how much damage I do. So I can build her however I like, and this is going to be consistent. You do get a bit more shield power here. What this is though, is this isn't going to be like an extra 15% on top of the 10. It will be an extra 15% of 10%. So it will eventually be 11.5% if you book this up. So don't think, oh, what? I'm going to get a crazy shield if I book her out. It actually gives you like a really slim difference. In terms of the A2, this is what she's kind of going to be known for, her ally attack ability. So her ally attack is not 100% unless you book her. That's really important to be aware of. If you can't put any books into her, then potentially her ally attack doesn't go off sometimes. That, compared to the other ally attackers, is weak. Really weak. It's kind of a bit sly. For me, this is a bit sly. I wish it was 80% chance to stun, book it up to 100%, not 80% chance to do an ally attack. Because that's what she's here for, right? And to have a chance of it not going off, I think is not great. But if you book her out to 100%, this ability is as strong, if not stronger, than all of the other ally attackers out there right now. Because you can choose someone you want to stun first. So you choose the ultimate threat, you choose the speed booster, you choose whoever you want, and you stun them out the game. And that is a placer stun, so it's 100% chance to land. I think someone said to me, actually, because you've got to attack first, then place a stun, it can get a weak hit. We're going to test that today. I think the word places a stun means it can't, but I could be wrong. And then she does her ally attack. You stun the threat, you ally attack, and you nuke some people down. So I think this is a very cool ability, but I don't like they put it behind books. And then you've got the A3 here, increases attack, increases crit rate for 3 turns on all allies. Then she does an AoE. All of her damage is based on attack, so I'm kind of just keen to know, first out, how much does this AoE hit for? Yeah, so she's going to increase her own attack and her own crit rate before she does it, then attacks the enemy. So we only need 70% crit rate. She's going to boost her attack. I'm keen to see if this is a one-shot ability. So forget ally attack for a minute. Is she going to be just an outright nuker? So we're going to test that today as well. So the first build I'm going to do is going to be an all-out damage build. Forget accuracy. I'm not going to build to land this to start with. I'm just going to go all-out nuke and see what this ability hits for and whether she's a nuker. We'll then go into playing around with her kit in other ways. But for me, she's going to be strong in Fire Knights because of this. She's going to be strong in Clan Boss because of this. And because of this, actually, potentially. So Clan Boss strong, Fire Knight strong. I think she's going to be strong in any dungeon content. She's going to be a beast in the arena. I think she's going to be good in faction wars. Even if these skills don't hit very hard, I think she's good in all of those places. So let's test her out. I'm going to build her now, and I'll bring you back in once I've done the build. Okay, here we go. So first thing I want to point out, this build's not a realistic build. Okay, this build is not going to work in really any content in the game, but I just want to see how hard she hits. So I've gone for attack with attack percentage, crit damage, attack with attack percentage boots, and then I've got savage gear with as much attack percentage, crit, and crit rate as I can get. So I don't have any speed in the build. That's why it's not a realistic build. This build will not work in 99% of the situation. But this is how you find out if someone's going to hit hard. So high attack. I've got as much crit rate as I need. I've got a little bit more than I need because we only needed 70. 240% crit damage. I don't care about any other stats. I'm just going to see if I can get her to go. She's very slow, so it's going to be difficult. And I don't know this account like inside out like my own. So again, it might be tricky to find that fight that I can actually get myself to win, because what I need to do is totally control the enemy. I need to make sure that the enemy do not get a go. She could be useful here. The other thing which I've not done yet is I've not put any books into this Kreela. So we'll try and Kreela completely unbooked. And in fairness, when you look at her kit, so if you were not forced to book this skill, I probably wouldn't book this. I maybe would book this, but I don't know that you need to. But one book here wouldn't be too bad. But you have to book this because you need this extra 20%. So I feel like you're forced to book it, even though you probably don't really want to. So do we have a control champion in this account? We've got Anger. Let's just see how fast he is. 205. Okay, this could work. This could work if he's fast enough. So we're going to try it. Where'd he go? So this is the sort of champion you need. You need a provoke, or you need a freeze, or a stun, or somebody that's going to totally control the enemy. I'm hoping we're quick enough. As I said, I don't know this account well enough to just kind of... We're not quick enough to go first. Looks like we've got a cut in though. Whoever this is has not speed tuned well enough. So we're going to block a load of stuff coming at us, hopefully. She's going to rip that off. Are we dead? We're not dead yet. Okay, we're going to get a provoke. Trouble is, look, we've got decreased attack on us, so we're going to do less damage, which is a bit annoying. We get the provoke off, though, which worked. He's now going beast mode, just kind of controlling all of the stuff that's going on. So we can remove... okay. Look, basically, we've got decreased attack on us already, so this is going to be a weaker hit than we'd like. I've actually got True Fear on me as well, so there's a good chance it's not even going to work. But let's just see what happens. Fear goes up. Okay, let's go to another fight. Another fight. Let's try again. Let's try again. Live recording. We might cut some of this stuff. The trouble is, everyone's going to be quick. The whole meta is about speed. Let's just try and pick someone up. You never know. We might get it to work. No, it's slower again. Slower again. At least there's no Madame to steal everything. Block debuffs everywhere. Right. I'm going to cut there and find someone to fight. Okay, we're back on. I'll tell you what. I was looking around this account and not having a Madame where you get a guaranteed cleanse and a drop defense when you're at this sort of level of account, it shows how powerful she is because it's way more difficult to set this stuff up. So I've sped up the anger to make sure I get my provoke off early. Get provoked off everyone, which now means I've got all of the control I need, right? So I'm not going to get a load of stuff going on, which we had before. Angar does his thing. I've then brought in a decreased defense champion so that we can actually see what sort of damage she's going to do. So we've got decreased defense on... We only landed it there on 2 of them. So these are the 2 that we're kind of testing. And anything else I need to do here? Am I in danger at all? I think I'll just A1 here, try and get a weaken off as well. Didn't get it. So you can see how hard it is, and that's why I said this build is completely unrealistic because, you know, I've played around with a ton of stuff just to see what this move is going to do on like full damage. So let's see it, guys. Is it worth the effort? What are we going to do? What sort of numbers we got? 60, 80, 90k. It hits pretty hard. Pretty hard. Up there with like any other top damage nuker, I would say. But the compromise to get to that point is way too great. So does she hit hard? Tick. She can hit hard. But the compromise to do it is not worth the effort. So so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn her back into a kind of more sensible build. Now that we've seen that she can hit somebody. But that's not going to be a job. But I guess the good thing is, so yeah, she's in Savage. We had drop defense on there. If I was on my account, I would have been going up against them with drop defense, weaken as well. So another 15% damage would have pushed her up to like 80Ks. And perhaps I would have pushed a bit more damage into the build as well if I had my gear. This gear is not bad, but if I had my gear, it would have been a slightly bit more damage as well. So I'll change the build again. Let's get her into like a more realistic build for the average person, and let's see what we can do. Interestingly, for that experiment, I hadn't even done a Masteries yet. So let's do that as well. I was allowed to get all the scrolls. So we're now going to pump her up to a bit more like a dungeon build, stroke, arena build. Pretty much anything but faction wars. This is the type of build I do. This is very similar to what I've got on my Longbeard. I do want to make sure that her accuracy now can land. I do want to give her Evil Eye for a single target A1. Evil Eye is really good in anywhere really apart from Clan Boss. I want to give her Law of Steel to boost her stats. Stun can't get extended, and this doesn't work on stuns. So I don't think any of that gives her any sort of benefit. What she's got? She's got shield, she's got stun, and then she's got just like a single attack. So she might as well come down here and just get some more speed if people die, but none of this is really that great. And then I think if she kills someone, perhaps give her a shield for HP. Okay, so she's now got Masteries. I might just, well, we're going to try her out anyway. So I haven't booked her yet. What I have done, though, is changed her build. So I changed her banner to an accuracy banner. I changed her ring to an HP ring. I put her into speed boots. And then I've gone for just more speed generally in the build, yeah? So some things are still the same. I've still kept a reasonable amount of attack here. I've kept a good amount of crit damage. So if we're going completely defensive, like this would be like defense or HP. And this may have to change anyway, but at the moment I've kept it attack. This may have to come down to an HP chest. I think for most people you're probably going to be playing an HP chest here. But I just wanted to try and keep an element of damage whilst making her useful in content. So I guess maybe we're just going to go back into that arena again and just see, now that I've put Helm Smasher on her, if we can do some cool stuff again. The tricky thing is just, again, like, who do I fight? So let's try it. Trouble is, we haven't got anything to clean off a load of buffs. If they go and they get buffs on, which they probably will, we don't really have a way to clean that off unless maybe I bring a Ray in. Just see how quick this Ray is. 246, yeah, that's good. Let's see. Let's see. It might be a complete flop. If it is, we're just going to do some dungeons. And in terms of, is this build suitable for like a blender comp? Not really. She would want to go second in your team. She'd want to be speed tuned so that she goes straight after Arbiter. But there's not really a blender team going on in this account. So we're going to get ripped up. We just dead? Yeah, we're just dead. The speed meta wins again. This Arbiter is actually, quite frankly, just not quick enough. But the interesting thing is, Flazak wins a lot of platinum gear, so he must be playing it in a different way to what I am. Maybe Gallifrey Doomsday. This feels like a complete... Surely this team can't do anything. Is this just a joke team? I think it is. I hope it is, because then we can actually just see what she can do properly. Speed. Provoke. So I might just kill everyone anyway here. I'm just going to A1 and see if I can get any drop defenses on. Got a couple on, cool. Okay, cool. So look, these are weak. We know that. But let's see what this move does now that I've got Masteries on her. Even though I changed her gear around a bit. So she's got less attack now. But let's see what this ability can do with Masteries. Yeah, so 50, 60k again. If I was like full out damage, it probably would have been, you know, more like the 60, 70. So still good, nothing crazy. Right, okay. Well, pretty crazy. Let's go into some content then. So I think her best spot is going to be Fire Knights. However, Fire Knights is anti-magic affinity. So I'm almost definitely going to have to have her in an HP chest, or she's just going to get targeted the whole time. She might be targeted the whole time anyway. Because she's got a good base defense, she actually can take a hit. She's a bit like an apothecary in that way. She can take some hits anyway, which is useful. So we've actually got a defense chest here, which is going to give us another 400 and a bit more HP. I think I'm just going to whack that on. See if she can outlast here with this. So she's going to come in this spot. He's a multi-hitter. She's a multi-hitter because of her ally attack. Let's see what we can do. So she actually, this is something I was interested in. She does her A3 by default first. A3 by default first. So she's different to other ally attackers in terms of her order of abilities. And that was with increase attack up. Because Arbiter would have gone first there. So obviously we get the ally attack off. I'll skip through. Or maybe we'll watch for a bit longer actually. But yeah, so that's interesting. A3 first is not really what you want from your ally attacker. So with Lanarkis, so she did like 14 odd K there. It's not too crazy, is it? Got the stun off. Then she does the ally attack. So that stun ability is actually, it's kind of clutch. You know, a stun ability on anyone from an ability is big. So going for her, but she's got enough tankiness in her build to survive, which is why I put that defense chest on her. She's healing herself in terms of shield. So shield is a form of healing, if you like. Every time she does that A1. It's only a small one. I haven't put a load of HP on her. I've got a reasonable amount, like 35k is not bad, but you'd probably, if you were trying to make this more impactful, you'd get a bit more on that. And then we're doing like 18 odd K against the negative affinity. It's okay, guys, but it's not crazy, is it? It's not crazy damage on that A3. It's pretty good. Nothing insane. So with that in mind, I would definitely be building her to be full support, full speed. I would be going full HP on her, get that shield to be a higher stack, get her rotating her ally attack as fast as you can, get her rotating her increased attack, increased crit rate for your team. Because potentially with her, you can actually reduce the amount of crit rates you have in your builds. So that part of her kit is actually really cool. Can we break the shield? Obviously, ally attack is like massive for breaking shields. Relentless set could be very good on her as well because you'll get your turns back quicker and you just want to get back to the ally attack as quick as you can. Obviously, we haven't got it booked out here. So, you know, that's going to be one more, one less turn cooldown on that ability. Ally attack, here we go. Bam. Okay. So look, this dungeon is going to be cool because ally attack is always good to break shields. But other than that, yeah, she's just kind of doing her thing. She's not anything insane. She's kind of useful as a kind of off tank because she's got such a good base defense. Base stats are good all across the board, actually. This isn't the fastest run I've ever seen, though, but then I don't know what Plazak's normal run times are. Certainly will get the job done. And obviously every time she does this A1, even on a counter attack, she puts a shield somewhere. So it's come over here, which is nice. It's like a nice additional piece. Ally attacking again. And then job done. So Fire Knights, yes, definitely a good place to be. She's hit for 430k there versus our other kind of damage dealers in the run, which are way high. You'd expect the Cold Hearts to be high, but Martyr's a good benchmark to see what she's doing. She's done half the damage of the Martyr. And I've got her in still Savage Deer here and still got Helm Smasher on, so she should be doing some damage. So she's not made for damage. Her multipliers are not strong enough to make her made for damage. She does okay hits. She does okay hits on A3, but nothing insane. I mean, Spider, there's not really a situation other than if you're like mid-game working your way up. My free-to-play account, would she be in my Spider team? Yeah, she does AoE damage. She can buff the rest of my damage dealers. But for endgame teams, not really. Again, if you want to build someone up to need less crit rate, so you push more crit damage and you're trying to do like a nuke comp, then she could come into Spiders and boost your crit rate, boost your attack, and then do an AoE. Yes, but Spiders is not going to be her place. But any of the other dungeons, Ice Golem, Dragons, should be absolutely fine in to do some work for you. So, you know, in this sort of team here, it's a bit of a funky team. I wonder if that's his normal team. Don't know. Seems a bit funky to me, but we'll try her. So she's the right sort of affinity here to do some work. It's funny actually, this account just lacks like genuine decreased defense champs, it seems. Obviously Rotus does his thing, clears the waves. She's got the increased attack, increased crit rate up for us, so that's going to be nice for anyone who's trying to do damage, any of these attack champions. What was that, 16k on her A1? It's okay. It's okay. Nothing ridiculous. Decreased defense across the board. Let's just slow it down. Is that the stun one? No, 48k A1 against someone with decreased defense. So actually that's quite a nice hit. Decreased defense is now across the board. Slow it down again when we get to her. Rotus, let someone else have a turn. Here we go. I think is that the stun? No, it was her A1 again. But again, actually quite a big hit. So when she's got the right affinity, she can do some work actually with some damage. Rotus doesn't let people play though. Anyway, we're on the boss. She's not going to do anything crazy here on the boss other than her ally attack might just help you kill the boss quicker. We get decreased defense down. See what she does here. 38k. Then ally attack, where she does 36k. You know what? She hits pretty hard. She actually hits harder than I thought she did when we saw that Fire Knight run. So, Dragon, can she help with Dragon? Yes, she can. She can help with Dragon, especially if you're using something like a Frozen Banshee type setup where Frozen Banshee's setting out poisons with her A1. You know, she will just push more poisons onto that Dragon. Or any of the kind of big hitters. Because she's got AoE and ally attack, she's actually going to be useful in this dungeon for most people, I think, that pull her. But it does come back to, so we've not seen her fail an ally attack yet. She's at 80%, but you can guarantee the one time she's going to fail it is when you really needed it. So I do feel like it's almost like definite she needs to be booked. So I'm not going to show you an Ice Golem run. It's going to be the same. Can she deal with Ice Golems? Kind of, yeah. She's got the right affinity for it. She's going to help your team do more damage. And she's going to be able to kind of stun a target as you want. So all of that works. And obviously the shield on the A1 is strong as well. So all of that works well. Faction Wars, she's going to be in most people's teams. That's a real shame. Flazak's already done his Faction War for today. Real shame. But she's going to be useful for Faction Wars just because of a natural kit. All of that is useful. A stun, an ally attack, all of that's going to work. And then the last place really is Clan Boss. And Clan Boss as well, she's going to be like guaranteed utility for you. So she's going to put shields on people that are low health. She's going to give you ally attacks to do more damage. And then she's also going to boost your crit rate and your attack. So there's really not a spot in the game where she's not going to be adding utility to most people's accounts. Unless you're proper endgame whale and she's just not relevant. Even then, like in my account, I feel like I'm going to find somewhere for her to play. So look, that's been Kreela Witch-Arm. I I like her design, guys. I think she's useful. I think she's worth getting if you can get her. I know she's behind a couple of paywalls, which isn't ideal. But for me, I think it's a definite great new champion. I think it's a shame she's the same affinity as all the other ally attackers, but I think ally attack is the next best thing if you don't have counter attack. And even if you've got counter attack, she's going to be up there as a very strong champion in the arena and other areas of the game. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you in a video soon.